It matters how well I'm doing relative to you.
What's the evolutionary basis for all of this stuff?
Life's a competition. It doesn't matter how well I'm doing, it matters how well I'm doing relative to you. If I'm trying to signal, all that matters is my house is bigger than yours. That's true for all wealth. There's no such thing as you are wealthy once you have X number of dollars. That does not exist. Everything is relative to other people. And the truth is, like, we live in a world of such material abundance where the majority of people listening to this will have some sort of shelter and a car and can buy clothes and whatnot. And because relative to a lot of history, we live in material abundance. The competition, the arms race for bigger, nicer things is extraordinary. And it's way more powerful and potent today than it's ever been for two reasons. One is social media. So I am now aware of the homes that other people live in, the cars that they drive, the clothes, the vacations that they take. I'm now aware of it in a way that we were not 15 years ago. The other thing is, because the internet has democratized access to audience and attention, the ability to become extremely rich is much more powerful than it's ever been. It's still rare, of course, but it's easier today than it's ever been to become very, very wealthy, even if only a small number of people are doing it, because your potential customer base is now the entire world. And because of social media, once you make that fortune, people are probably going to know about it. Because a lot of those people who become very rich are going to say, look at how I'm living. And so you have this like trickle down aspiration of everyone else being like, my definition of wealthy, if you're a young person today, a young person's definition of wealthy might be a multi-billionaire with a private jet and a private island, where I think 80 years ago, people's definition of wealthy was a 3-bedroom house and 1 car and a happy family. And so we live in a world where like aspirations have inflated by such a dramatic degree that the arms race of spending just gets that much higher.
I think there's something in this idea that you almost have to develop the skill of disconnecting your admiration from your aspirations if you want to live a good life. Because so many kids will like look up to you and say, I want to be like Morgan when I'm older, because they admire what you've done.
You have to take the whole thing. And once you take the whole thing, you realize that like a lot of the people who you may have been looking up to either did not have a better life than you did, or it was just marginally better in a way that was easy to overlook. One of the things I write in the book is what's called the reverse obituary, which is it's a very good, helpful exercise to write down. It's kind of morbid, but what do you want your obituary to say? Kind of a weird thing, but for me, everyone's different. But for me, I would want it to say, Morgan was a good father, a good husband, a good friend, helped his community, was a good worker. That's what I would want it to say. Never in a million years in that obituary would I want it to say what my income was, how big my house was, how many times I went on vacation, how many horsepower my car had. Like, it's ridiculous to think that that's what it would be. I would want it. You instantly drift towards the things that you know you actually want in life. And of course, it's going to be different for everyone. But I found it a helpful thing because you realize that it would be completely absurd to put the things that I might be chasing in my life in my obituary. And so if in any given day, in any given year, you're like, I got to earn a higher income and I want to buy a bigger house and I need a new car. And do you see they came out with this watch? But at the end of your life, you know that's not going to matter. What's going to matter is, were you a good spouse, a good parent, a good worker? Were you honest? Were you a good friend? Were you funny? That's it. You know that's what's going to matter because that's what you want in your obituary.